That was amazing. Thank you. If you don't know me, I'm Dameon. I'm Richard's son-in-law and Christy's husband. I'm going to put my cards out on the table right now and tell you I have two goals. One is to not break down. I've done that enough, I think. I'll do my best. I think if I don't look at my kids, I'll be better off. So that's one goal, and the other goal is to make you guys laugh at least one time. I have a lot of stuff to say. What I want to do is kind of go through, I categorize things, and I'm going to kind of rapid fire go through things categorically. So I'll try to be quick. I know there's a lot of people that want to say stuff here. I'm going to be a little bit selfish here and talk about my relationship with Richard. That's kind of going to be the focus. So first category, construction and building. You guys all know that Richard liked to build stuff. So he helped me build out onto our house. We had 1,000 square feet. I didn't know anything about building at all, but I wanted to build something. I just had this like deep feeling of I got to build something. So Richard came along into my life, and we were able to build some stuff together. And he taught me along the way how to do all kinds of different stuff. And I really appreciated that. That was an amazing time. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that Richard helped me do that. I've done projects on my own after he taught me some things that I never would have been able to do if he didn't kind of lay that foundation for me. So and I plan on teaching my kids that too. I've kind of started on that already. Next category is the Bible. We've already heard about how he likes the Bible, and he talked about it a lot. So we all know he loved the Bible. Me and Richard would do things. He would call me over and he'd say, "Hey, let's talk Bible." And those were some of our most blessed times. We would discuss theological truths. We would sometimes debate things. We would go what I call go deep. We'd go deep on certain things. And blessed time that I will always cherish. So the Bible and the building construction, that occupied, I'd say, 90% of our conversations. That was a lot of it. While we were talking Bible, it was inevitable that we would come back to counting our blessings. We would talk, and at the end of the conversation, it would be, "Hey, Richard, you had a really good life." And we would recount things, and he'd come back with me, and he would say, "Hey, Dameon, you had a really good life." We'd talk about grandkids, we'd talk about my wife, and Charlotte, and others. Inevitably, it always came back to us thanking God. So those were great times, too. Now, this is where it might get a little bit funny. This is under the category of things that Richard said to me, and I feel a little bit special with this one here. Humbling things sometimes. So now imagine these are things that Richard said to me. These are quotes from Richard to me. And we'll start off with, your life really got good once you met my daughter. So I agreed with him. Yeah, you know what? You're right, Richard. That was. And then here's a real doozy, and I'm still kind of digesting this one, but it's Richard talking to me, and he says, "You really could have been something if your parents would have raised you right." Yeah, you're right, Richard. I did. Yeah. Okay, and then I might have some competition with the two sons, but I'm pretty sure I heard more than anybody this from Richard, and that is, "Let me show you how to do it right." I've heard that quite a bit. And then, anybody ever heard this quote from Richard? "Confidence breeds confidence." Anybody ever heard that? I heard that a lot.
Yeah.
And then one more, we're talking about parenting and things. He would tell me that being a parent is being a coach.
I had a good
Yeah. Okay, so next category is wisdom. We all know Richard was a pretty wise person. So I'm going to kind of tell a bit of a story here. So one day, years ago, we spent a lot of time on the front porch. We're on the front porch of the house, and I'm kind of bragging about how much money I made this particular year. I'm telling him, worked a lot of overtime at the fire department, and, "Hey, Richard, I made such and such amount of money." His response was, "Well, hey, how much money do you have in the bank?" And I thought for a second, "Oh, okay." I stopped bragging after that. And he had a special way. He could just kind of take stuff, and he could just really simplify things and make you think. Let's see. So he made me feel stupid many times, but that's okay. That's okay. I can think of a few times where I would get worked up over something, I have an issue, a problem of some sort, and I would really, there's one particular, there's a broken pipe under the house, and I had to work the next day, and it's nighttime, and I'm really fretting over what's going on. And he comes over, and he just asked me a few questions. I don't remember the particulars, but asked a few questions, and before you know it, I'm like, yeah, this isn't that big of a deal. We were able to fix it, and life goes on. So I learned after many of those that he had a way about him that he could just put you at ease, and I always kind of felt secure of, he's there, he's on my side, he can help me through things when they're difficult, and he did it many times. Next category are things that I'm going to miss about Richard, and then talking to him on the front porch is a big one. Watching him drive his new truck up and down. The street, lots of times I look out the window and there's Richard. Watching him mow his yard. Making breakfast, I'd make him breakfast once in a while. It's funny because he'd come over, it'd be breakfast time, I'd say, hey, you want some breakfast? No, I'm good. Well, as I'm making the breakfast, he changes his mind. And, okay, I'll take some breakfast after all. And kind of throw a monkey wrench into my plan, but that was okay. He did that a lot, and I enjoyed it. We'd have coffee together a lot. I really liked that. I told you about our theological talks. I really enjoyed those. Believe it or not, I used to like listening to him and Charlotte bicker over things. It was funny at times and quite comical. But inevitably, I'd go back to Christy and I'd say, "Hey, I don't want to do that when we get older." Let's avoid that one. But it was funny. We'd have an occasional cold one on the front porch, and we'd watch the sunset. And I really appreciated those times. Those were great. Next category are things about Richard that made me love him, and that was that he was a man's man. He was tough. He was competitive. Like, you couldn't do anything, and he wants to compete. Who's better? You can do it faster. And that's right up my style. I love that kind of stuff. So I think we fit well with that. He told me things the way they were, and again, that's things I appreciate. I don't like sugarcoat stuff. I like, just tell me what's going on, and we'll move on from there. And he was that way, and I love that about him. He was a hard worker. You guys all know that. You knew his work ethic. And then a little confession here: when he started getting older, and even a little bit kind of with the dialysis slowing him down, it slowed him down, and I was able to kind of okay, I can keep up with him now. We can work about the same, not outdoing me all the time. So I was a little bit happy down there, deep down. I also love that he was a wonderful grandparent. I saw him in his most vulnerable time and in his strongest time. And when you see that stuff, we spend a lot of time together. You really love somebody when you can see them in a vulnerable state, and then when they're on top of the world. Almost done here. Okay. So, what would Richard? When my dad passed away in 2008, I had this feeling of okay, what do you want me to do, Dad? You're gone. Give me some instruction. Give me something to do here. How can I go forward? And so I didn't ask Richard this, but I know this is what he would want. So it's under the category of what would Richard want for everyone here? Okay, and I'm going to keep it real simple here. But he'd want them to read the Bible. I know he would. He would want them to understand the gospel. I know he would. And he'd want them to be right with God. So if anybody's wondering, hey, what does Richard want from me? That's a good place to start. So feel free to take a Bible if you don't have one. If you guys don't know, there's one on the table there. Richard was always looking to give away Bibles to people. Okay, so then the last category is just miscellaneous thoughts that I have about Richard, and I'm just going to state these here. Richard loved his family. This one I admired. Richard wasn't intimidated by anybody. I would see him talk to people, and he had no fear about anybody. Whereas I might, if I'm going to go talk to somebody who's important or whatever, I'd have a level of fear, but he never did. And I admired him for that. Everybody knows he had goofy ideas. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but he had lots of things he'd say, and I'd think, man, that's crazy. whatever. Or he'd tell me how to build something. He'd do this thing like, well, you know, all you got to do is you got to just kind of go up there and then just do this. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but okay. So he was a simple man. You guys all know that. He was very active even up to the end of his life. He loved to laugh, and he was a funny person. We laughed a lot together. He was resourceful. I don't know, he'd always tell me that he loves the smell of construction, like if you cut wood or you smell concrete dust or something like that, he would tell you that he loved that, and I do too. And then, well, I'll just leave you with this. You know, occasionally I'll do something, Armory or whatever, with either Christy or Charlotte, and they'll give me the quote, or you know, they'll tell me, hey, you're just like my dad, is what she'll say, or you're just like Richard, is kind of what they'll say. And I thought, okay, well, it's not a bad thing. I took it as a compliment. I don't think they meant it as a compliment, but that's what I did. So we will miss him. There's a time to grieve, and I think we've done that, at least in our family. And there's a time to celebrate, and